Flowers out, sauerkraut, waterfall out, olive all bow wow, call tall pow, south side, outside, pow, outline, missile thought, fire bounce, higher powers out now. I was outside, now my power, pow, now. Eyes wide, should've speak utterly, upside down, camera obscura, power down, scuba, mama in Cuba, my it sounds good now. Out and about, title bout, bow, howl out, high lie, Mutai, Aztec, forearm, Nasdaq, abstract, rack rockin' chow down, hazmat to deuces, diametrically outbound. Matter of fact, pass that ginger pop in the cooler than the medulla of Rick the ruler. Hula hooping with new bow downs from Nuba. That's that life of a king, got my crown now, feeling accomplished. Super looper fresh chocolate, collective conscious, young crunk in your town now. Vietnam aircraft snapping like a bear trap. Tijuana Air Max, chainmail gauntlet. Big Bertha earthquakes, 100 dB, 90 BPM, heavy hitting them triplets, 100-sided dice, rolling 79 twice. Get ready, we bringing the jazz back with the rhythm, we giving them influence with some Midwest liquid mission, tricky nicks and mixing, matching, scratching, rapping, action, Jackson making it happen, pap it, midi, patch it, map it with a pinch of magic, casting master sentences, with a gang of wicked vixens listening close to us, flipping different widgets, mystic digits, coast to coast, pole to pole, folding time, golden time. Overload on. Boom, what's up? Another episode of TTM Academy. So, we've been having our moratorium on gang violence and things like that. I've experienced, multiple tragedies in my own family. And then as we expand that out from, individual to the community to the state to the nation, it's a tragedy what's really been going on in the rap game as far as radio stations disseminating gang music to kids and pushing real gangs like Bloods, like Cardi B, 6ix9ine, all that things like that. Now 6ix9ine got his RICO charges, but Cardi B came out and said that she's actually a Blood and that she's just not part of 6ix9ine set. But in my opinion, all the Bloods that are affiliated to hip-hop at a certain echelon should be investigated and and stopped from making music, because you can't have gangs involved in real sets involved in music. If somebody's rapping Wu-Tang style and they're like, they're rapping some crazy, aggressive lyrics, I think people should be able to rap how they want, yes. But on the radio, when it's targeted to kids and things like that, and it's targeted specific communities, so only black communities being targeted with, all this, crazy gangster stuff. I was just walking down the street the other day, and this cat was talking about his Desert Eagle, and I'm like, yo, fam, my cousin just got killed. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a cousin that was a Blood, and it was like right after his birthday, my cousin-in-law, and he was flexing money on like Instagram or something, and then his other homie was a Blood, shot him in the back of the head, just like YNW Melly. They all look up to, it's all some really dark stuff. They have this thing called Demon Time in the rap game, and Drake's down with that. You know what I'm saying? Like Stranger Things. Drake's been grooming that sister from Stranger Things and whatnot. The industry is a very, very dark place. And Jay-Z and Meek Mill have both come out and said that they are trying to get a law that says that they're trying to push for people not being able to snitch on themselves on rap songs. Like, if a rapper, they don't want rap songs to be able to be used as evidence. And I think that's crazy. I think rap songs should be able to use as evidence. If you're some crazy person that's really harmed somebody and you rap about it and brag about it on tape, that person should go to jail. If that person, but Jay-Z and Meek Mill are trying to almost absolve all the criminals in rap. And I'm not cool with that, because it's like, I just had my lawnmower stolen, it's like, there's crime everywhere, even in places where there's no people. It's like, if you look on Ring, or if you have a network like a video camera network, you see it's like crazy stuff happening, and a lot of it's the youth, and people are doing like all types of shootouts in Atlanta, and the malls, it's like they're banned from teenagers are banned from the mall now. They did that in Milwaukee too. My cousin in Milwaukee was just found dead in Milwaukee at Bayshore Mall. I grew up in Bayshore Mall. They don't allow teens in Bayshore Mall by themselves, and the music's all a part of that too, because it's like they're not trying to ban the trench coat kind of kids, what I'm saying, rocking the hunting outfits, because most high schools are broken down into just a few demographics. Your hunting outfit people, your hip hop, pop trap people, and then you got your like maybe goth people, right? And then some other random people. But this is about Meek Mill and Jay-Z. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. They're trying to push for almost like how the Catholic Church absolves people of their sins. They're looking for a rapper to be able to say whatever they want on canvas, on the recording, and that can't be used as evidence. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like if we were to able to, find in somebody's painting, like let's say for instance, Manson never touched anybody, right? They say, and he went to jail, and he's still in jail, And why aren't the rappers, if they're rapping like Manson on some demon time stuff, then why aren't the rappers being accosted, And you can see that Jay-Z and Meek Mill are trying to push the mayhem, because what's happening is this mayhem in the communities, all the kids calling themselves savages and all that stuff. But now being an actual parent, I have to be proactive and actually push against it, because before you see me talking about it, but now I'm gonna start sending people letters, contacting people, contacting officials, with the United Turntables Guild, really pushing for things to move faster, as far as, an injunction of gang music, because as a rapper, it's scary to be in Atlanta, and, all the rappers getting killed and just regular people, what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of crazy stuff popping off. It's like my niece-in-law, it's like her and her fiance's cars got stolen at the same time in Buckhead, in the Garda area, it's like, it's crazy. It's like some, because everybody's coming here. It's like the Mecca of hip-hop now. Atlanta's the Mecca of hip-hop, so the new Mecca of hip-hop, Atlanta's the new capital or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And so everybody's coming here, people, with all these dreams or whatever, but, the crime is getting crazy. And a lot of that's blood gang stuff, you know what I'm saying? The Bloods are here in Atlanta. They're only, there's all smaller sets and stuff like that, but the Bloods still are the dominant set all around the country. It's like Crips aren't really all around the country, Pop Smoke's dead, you know what I'm saying? It's a blood gang, monopoly type of thing. So, here in Atlanta, at the United Turntables Guild, we're pushing for, the gang violence to be banned from the radio. And Jay-Z is on the opposite. They're trying to push more of it, you know what I'm saying? Because really, when you hear, it's like 21 Savage's brother just got stabbed, and 21 Savage has a knife on his forehead, you know what I'm saying? Which is kind of weird, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think that, with the Meek Mill album cover that they had on the side of the bus, that guy's totally right. That was talking about that. And I'll probably do a sit-down lecture with that. This is just about the Meek Mill and Jay-Z thing. But I'm going to do another lecture about the actual work by Abney, Nina Chanel Abney, right? Nina Chanel Abney kind of selling out and putting exposed sisters on the side of a bus. And a Euro-American guy stood up and was like, yo, this is totally wrong. And he was totally right. You know what I'm saying? He was totally right. They're trying to peddle ill stuff to, the youth.
Oh, it's for art? This is art? Is this art? Black and white checkerboard, what is that? It's a Masonic flooring. Duh! Crap! This is disgusting! This is disgusting. I'm so sick of them just rubbing Satanism right in your face. Oh, it's for...
Totally right. You know what I'm saying? He's totally right. They're trying to peddle ill stuff to, the youth. You know what I'm saying? Violence, debauchery, And it's cool that Cardi B just gave, 17 victims at the Bronx fire. She paid for their funerals. But she has rhymes like that about massacring people, and she's part of a real gang that's really massacring people. You know what I'm saying? 6ix9ine and them are really shooting at people. You know what I'm saying? People really get hurt with blood gangs. And they've actually hurt my own family. You know what I'm saying? So I'm scared of the blood gang. So I'm scared of Cardi B. I'm scared of all the blood rappers. And I want to put a stop to all of them on the radio. And we can stop them. You know what I'm saying? They can stop Joe Campbell. They can stop Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? They can stop 6ix9ine on the radio. Now, obviously, YouTube and other things like that, those are different stories. I'm just talking about general radio, which is pretty much giving stuff to children. Because here in Atlanta, if you're thinking about like Moneybagg Yo, he's a dope rapper. But, he's talking about AR-15s and teaching kids about AR-15s. And these kids are like 3 years old. I was teaching at an after-school program like 20 years ago or something. And these kids in East New York were showing me that movie Killer Season by Cameron. And I was shocked because these kids were like, 7 to 13. That movie's crazy if you've seen Killer Season. Killer Season's crazy. You get somebody that's over 18. That's like really shocking to see that movie. Then I have kids in the after school show program be like, "Oh, look, this is Killer Season, the new Cam shit." I was like, "What? What's this?" And they call their hood Gaza Strip. That's what they call their hood. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're creating war zones in their mind. You know what I'm saying? They have these heroes that are all kind of like on the soap drop stuff, felons, trying to get in jail with other men, So it's like they're flipping the script, making it like a fun place. If you see that new, Lil Nas X video, but Jay-Z is all part of that, because if you go to, I'll show the picture of Jay-Z with the Do What Thou Wilt shirt, and you take it to the Crowley level. That's the level that they're on. They're on some, Jack Parsons type of, Hollywood magic stuff. You know what I'm saying? And people know that Beyonce has her own cult. There's a lot of different Beyonce cults. There's the real Beyonce cult, like her coven, and then there's all different types of cults. But people. Shout out to Jay Davy, my homegirl Jay Davy. She'll attest to the Hollywood cults too. That's why I can't stand LA. You never see me in LA. I can't, me and the Hollywood cult people, Scientologists, that stuff is too heavy out there. They're everywhere. Referring back to the last lecture where we had the picture of the game having the blood gang truce, at the Church of Scientology. So we know that the blood gangs and Scientologists are aligned too. So we don't even know what the Scientologists' hand in the rap game is. Just like in the past, we've spoken about the Russian government, as far as their hand in the rap game, because they have specific policies that mention rap and mention hip hop, and all that stuff is. We talked about that in the Grandmaster Jay lecture, showing how he got arrested by the FBI. Grandmaster Jay, he was pointing at a police officer. That some people that were on top of a building, he pointed his gun at them. But so yeah, Jay-Z wanted, and Meek Mill are basically petitioning for like almost like a Catholic Church-like thing, where it's like they could confess their sins onto the track, and if it's on the track, you can't incriminate them for that. You know what I'm saying? So then people are just going to do like YNW Melly did, because YNW Melly killed a police officer and his friend in his own car. You know what I'm saying? like all that type of stuff. You know, cats, they stitching themselves all the time on rap songs. And Jay-Z and Meek Mill try to make self-snitching protected by the Constitution. You can't, you know, like you can't self-snitch on a song. Like whatever they say is art, but that's impossible if something's a real gang and it's a real crime syndicate. You know what I'm saying? And people are like Cardi B comes out in her real blood, you know, regalia, multiple photo shoots. She talks about it. She says she's a blood, just not 6ix9ine set. You know, she's not Trey 9. You know, and it's scary. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, I've even known people that I found out to be Trey 9 members. And I'm like, wow, that's scary. You know, that he had to deal with all that. I'm not scared of him. He's my homie. But that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? There's people. That's New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's too close to home. You know. Shout out to Bed-Stuy. But you know, when all that Trey 9 stuff was happening, all those trees, like I was probably hitting a lot of those trees. You know what I'm saying? Cause you know, that's you know, that's the history of New York. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a blood gang monopoly for the past like 20 years. So anybody that's dealing, you know, everybody's probably has some cousin that's in the blood gang because the blood gangs run the U.S. So it's like, why can't the blood gangs be illegal? You know what I'm saying? If Joe Camel could be illegal, you know what I'm saying? If, you know, certain pronouns can be illegal, then why can't we make the blood gang illegal? You know what I'm saying? That they're having Cardi B meet with, you know, Biden and Bernie Sanders. You know, remember Joe Biden saying the whole, you know, racial jungle thing? You know what I'm saying? It's like they're keeping us, they're trying to keep us in 1965. You know what I'm saying? Keep us, you know, when America was great to them. You know, but, you know, all this new apartheid stuff. My wife's friend just got told by NYU that she's got to get a booster shot if she wants to be able to continue enrolling. Not even just to vax. She's already vaxxed. They got to tell her she wants a boost. But I don't really talk about that. I don't want to add that to the algorithm. So I'm not even talking about that. Just mentioning NYU. But you know, yeah, it's a very, very interesting thing. You know, Jay-Z, you know, he's very, very talented. You know, you can be talented and you can also be helping, you know, re-enslave people. So back to the Crowley and Do Without Wilt on his t-shirt, you know, it just shows, you know, he may be or is actually overtly on some Satan-ish, you know. So, you know, that's basically it is what it is, you know. And you know, we really actually have to think about the actual laws, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, other countries have laws. I'm not mad at China for making laws against negative hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Like that, if that was on our radios here, you know, the black community would be making 10 times as much money. You know, it's hip hop people keeping the black community down. You know what I'm saying? It's trap people. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not against, you know, T.I.'s trap museum. But you know, they're shutting down Hammond's house, right? So it's like they're shutting down Hammond's house, but Trap Museum's still alive. You know, that's what I'm saying. They're you know, it's a very, very interesting thing. You know, there's a lot of kind of conflict going on, but you know, I would say that Jay-Z and Meek Mill are pretty much adding to that conflict. And then back to, you know, Meek Mill and Nina Chanel. You know, that's totally sickening. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even believe that people could actually defend that. You know, I just had a conversation with somebody and she was defending it and I was like, wow, that's deep. That you think it's cool for a little black girl to see an image like that of herself on the side of a bus. You know what I'm saying? Like, totally, I don't, you know, it's totally stuff. And then, you know, the guy in the video pointed out the Masonic checkerboard in the thing, you know, which I've talked about in past lectures. If we refer to the lecture, the Megan Thee Stallion lecture from like 2 years ago, maybe, you know, I was just talking about the checkerboard floor Masonic motif that the Masons who run hip hop, the comptrollers, you know, always, you know, put in their videos a lot of times. And all that stuff is real, you know. People call stuff conspiracy, but, you know, Martin Luther King, all that, that's not, you know, they were calling him that back in the day. So it's like, you know, they're always coming for people. And but it's cool. The beautiful part about Atlanta is that, you know, there's a lot of babies being had out here, and that's really what it's all about. What it comes down to, who outnumbers who in the babies. You know what I'm saying? As far as positive, because just like you can have countries on a negative tip, you can have families on a negative tip. You know what I'm saying? You can have positive families, negative families. You know, as in past lectures, the lecture about the death of my cousin Marcus Wunzo, you know, his family is basically, I mean, his one of the families who's like extorted and accosted him before, his family, you know, that's a negative family. You know, he extorted somebody. You know, so it's like Jay-Z and all these people, they want mob and stuff to rule, and they're like the kings of the mob. So it's like, that's dangerous. And yeah, you know, he's going in his locks to be able to maybe balance that image out or something. But to me, that's a super kind of, it seems like it's liberal, but maybe it's liberal in the liberal sense, and the original liberal on the back to the Crowley stuff and the Thou Wilt t-shirt that Hov was rocking. You know, because, you know, if you actually read some of Crowley's stuff, you know, I don't even read his stuff. You know, it's so horrible what he writes. You know what I'm saying? Cats were really on some evil stuff. But you know, yeah, I do believe in horror and gothic stuff as a genre. So that's what I'm saying. Somebody could be rapping Wu-Tang style and talk about guillotine stuff, this and that, but they're not talking about specific crews and specific streets. You know, somebody's like, you know, talking about a specific person, and it's like battle rap that's different than when the gangs get involved. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying there needs to be a gang injunction, you know. But defamation is real too. With same with Tasha K and Cardi B, you know, all the defamation stuff's, you know, happening right now. They're basically saying they don't want people to be able to defame themselves, you know, or snitch on themselves, which is stupid. If they're on recording saying something and they're, you know, dull enough to not realize that people could listen to what they're rapping about and line it up with the reality, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it is what it is, you know? But all right, peace.